You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
That guy right there.
That guy right there. You know what I had a thought just now
What?
of doing this? Is it would be cool if we had like a professionally done intro video.
Okay.
And we're playing the music. And I can't play music.
No, I can't play music either.
But we are playing like that little banjo pick line that's in there.
Nice. All right. I will consider that. I will get a banjo. I think I have a banjo. I've never played it, but I have a banjo.
Don't actually play it. Just pretend you're playing it.
Although there won't be. I think I have a banjo. I don't think it has any strings.
Even better. So you don't accidentally play.
Yeah. Oh, it has been a long week. I took a nap today.
I know it's been a long week, dude.
Yeah. All right.
So Wednesdays have turned into my absolute craziest day.
So we're gonna have to do Tuesday then, because I should have just
Tuesday nights.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to The Swingdom. I'm Ben Ridner. I'm still an 11.4 handicap because I haven't played any golf that matters in about a month. I've got some Cobra clubs. I'm going to have all Cobra clubs soon because I will be an unofficial Puma Cobra athlete.
Totally unofficial.
Yeah, totally unofficial. And I think athlete is probably also
a stretch.
I'm here with my best golfing buddy, Gunnar. Gunnar is a 5.3 handicap. He's got some Cobras in the bag. He's got some other clubs we're not allowed to talk about anymore now that we are official. I'm just kidding.
My whole bag is
he's got Titleist. Yes. Yeah. So it's officially unofficial.
That's pretty cool.
It's been a crazy week. So everybody's been so receptive of this 100 miles, 100 holes golf challenge on Hadrian's Wall that like there's a shopping center down the road from me called Trago Mills. They're hooking us up. They've got everything you can possibly imagine. Bovey Tracy.
Like a sporting goods?
No, it's an everything store.
Oh, really?
It's an everything store. Like, I don't even know what to compare it to in the States.
Like a Target?
No, like, I mean, it makes Walmart look small.
And better, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, and I will, when we do a read in a few weeks, I will do a read on them because I just love talking about them. But they hooked me up for all my camping gear today. I went to Bovey Tracy Golf Center. You know, I talk about them all the time. I love that place. That's my home course. They're helping me.
Away from home.
Home away from home. They're technically inside my bubble. I think we made that assertion today that my bubble consists of home, the pub, Trago Mills, and the golf club. Like 4 places in a bubble.
There you go.
Yeah. So
you just need a bubble.
I'm good with all of that. I've got my bubble set. And then well, I mean, like Mike at the pub, he's helping us out as well. He's on the sponsorship deal as well. If you have not checked out the YouTube page, we do an introduction to this whole thing. So It's like an 8-minute video. Check it out.
Oh, that's sweet. It had me pumped up.
Yeah, so we're so pumped up for this trip. I think I may actually go walking before I try it, just to see what happens. We're going to see how much camping gear we can fit into the golf bags this week.
Into the golf bags.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And then the adventure starts in T-minus 28 days.
Yeah.
So just it's so much fun. It's so invigorating. It's really like I was feeling a bit anxious about it yesterday and today, like really anxious. And I think I just got to remember, like, I'm the only person who has expectations for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the only person who's like wants it to be like everybody else is just sort of like, go have fun. Like, do what you're gonna do. And I just gotta be like, yeah, all right. So that's what I'm up to this week in golf. We will see you next week. Thank you for hanging it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's it.
That's it. So news. Have you got any news?
Well, I have two things. They're not really new. Well, I guess one's news, but the WGC HBC Invitational has been canceled.
Yeah. Okay.
That was due for October. That's been ripped out of the schedule.
Yeah.
And basically, my favorite news of the past few days is Phil firing off basically a love letter of a tweet to Tiger Woods in the middle of the night.
Why is that like? I miss you, man. We used to be best friends. Now I'm on the Champions Tour and I don't see you anymore.
It almost comes off like everybody's kind of spinning it like actually kind of the way I just said it, that I just realized that, first of all, I'm not wearing a hat, so I'm going to lean over.
That's fine.
We're going to, since you're not allowed to talk about what I play with on the podcast, I'm just going to represent. I just have hats lying around. That's how many hats I have.
I do too. I've got like on my desk.
Yeah, so everybody's kind of spinning it like it's a love letter to Tiger Woods. But to me, I like to read it as Tiger Woods feels like, or Phil feels like he has gotten more out of Tiger Woods than the numbers would suggest, because he thanks him for all that he's done for the game and that he's gotten so much out of it. But I hear like tongue in cheek, I'm still doing better than you, even if the world's not going to agree with me.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it like I saw it as like a bit of a thank you, right? Like I will soon be moving on to the championship tour. It almost read like it's
a farewell,
he's retiring. It was very very weird. But I think it's twofold. I think Phil's like, well, there's 2 weeks where nobody's talking about me. Let me make this about me again. And I think the other side of it is, I think it's a bit tongue in cheek. I think it's one of those things like Phil recognizes that he wouldn't be like where he is without Tiger in terms of like financial wealth. Yeah. But like there are like two or you can't talk about Tiger Woods and not talk about Phil Mickelson. Like the rivalry is real.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It also, and I guess I should have mentioned my third thought, which isn't as solid as the first two, but it almost feels like he was drunk, and was talking about Tiger Woods or was watching the golf channel.
It felt like an Ambien fueled tweet. You're like, Roseanne, get off your phone.
He's like, if I could use a prop here in the camera for nobody to see on a podcast, he's like, 8 whiskeys down and goes, oh, I love Tiger Woods.
Yeah. I know. So I think the other thing is, I think you're right though. Like Phil doesn't get enough credit.
He doesn't.
Because I think for as many people who came out of like how many new people who came out of the woodwork and love Tiger Woods and how much so Tiger Woods expanded the game.
Absolutely.
Right. But
well, when you talk about expansion, you talk about, you almost put like Bobby Jones and Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer for sure. Yeah.
Tiger Woods all in the same conversation by what they did to blow up the game.
I would say maybe the shark, the great white shark, Greg Norman. Just because he expanded it so much. I think he did a ton internationally for it. Gary Player did the same. But no, I think the other side of that is for every 2 new golfers Tiger Woods brought to the game, there was a steadfast traditionalist who just wanted to see Phil pummel Tiger at every opportunity.
Well, so you bring up a good point because... And
I'm not talking about BLM. I'm not talking about socioeconomic stuff. I'm talking about just traditional golfers who are like, he's working out too much. Golf isn't
Well,
about fitness. Like golf is about.
Well, he's almost kind of like he's kind of like when Ricky Fowler showed up.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids were like, "Whoa, golf's
I'm gonna
pretty
wear
cool. I
orange."
didn't know this could. Yeah, I didn't know this could be like that. That
I didn't know
seems
we could
fun."
all be Puma athletes.
Yeah, who knew, right? But you know, and admittedly, that's where my son fell in love with golf.
Yeah.
Watching Ricky Fowler. And Ricky Fowler wasn't even that good when he started watching.
He still
him,
doesn't have
you
a
know?
major.
He was just flashy and it was cool and he was that fun kid. Tiger did that for a lot of people who just weren't interested in golf.
Yeah. Like Tiger Woods, it was like you could sort of, if you put all of your time and energy.
Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could crush everybody. It was a bit, it was like Michael Jordan, right? It was like
wow. Yeah, like wow, this is a competitive sport.
He's dunking from the foul line. Wow. Like that. I mean, that hole in one on 16 at the Phoenix Open before it became the Waste Management. Like that was, and winning Augusta by so much and winning at Pebble Beach by so much. That was like dunking from the foul line. Everybody came out of the woodwork. But I do feel like I know this. There's so many people who are like, you have, it's like Phil or Tiger or Phil. And that was a conversation for 20 years.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm
like maybe even 30 now.
Phil's my favorite player
ever. Yeah.
In history. Phil Mickelson is my guy. So I will always be like, oh, well, what if Tiger wasn't around? I'll always back Phil in these conversations. But you're right. People lose the sight of
There's a fly on the camera.
That is so on brand.
It's a fly on the camera.
I love it. Let me try and reel myself back down.
Welcome to the Swingdom.
Welcome to the Swingdom. Well,
no. So this is the thing,
right?
Flies
land on
I root for Tiger over Phil unless it is the USGA Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And because I want Phil to have, I think Phil should be more important to the game than it is. But who would I rather play a round of golf with? Phil, 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. But what most people do is lose sight of Phil Mickelson when they're in the corner of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And you and I do a really good job of making sure both guys get credit.
Yeah.
Where credit's due. And that's but not giving each other credit's really what fuels this rivalry even to today. And they're non-competitive towards each other.
Like Tiger has that chip on his shoulder, like nobody takes me seriously, and Phil has that chip on his shoulder, like nobody takes me as seriously as Tiger.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, Tiger says nobody thinks I can do it anymore, and
wins the Masters.
And wins the Masters, and Phil says, "Fine, I'll play for $10 million straight up. Let's go do this."
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like, yeah. The only bit of news I have is Sophia Popov.
Mm-hmm.
She got 2 years of she's got 2 years on the LPGA.
Yes.
She gets like 5 years into all the majors.
Good.
And she gets to play, and I didn't know this was a rule, but she gets to play in the British Open until she's 60.
In the women's British
Open?
Open?
The women's British the women's British Open.
That's because
60.
they screwed up so bad they gave her all this stuff.
This is a moderate correction from last week.
This isn't moderate. Are you telling me? We didn't even know if she could even defend her championship.
No. So that's what I'm saying. Is like I looked it up after the show because I was like, I don't know how much of what I said I just made up. So she's got 60 years in the AIG Women's British Open. Like not 60 years because that would make her like until she's 60. And then the other side of that is, I think the biggest thing is that she's not going to be able to play in the ANA Inspirational, which is like the women's biggest major on U.S. soil. And that's because, like the Masters, it's a Daniel Berger situation. So they set the field because they were like, well, technically this is last year's fields, and they deserve a shot. So they're already talking about getting her in next year. But that was the big screw up was like they're not putting her into the next major, even though she won this major. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's just a massive lack of foresight.
It is. Well, not only is it a massive lack of foresight, but it's not like their season was so flipped around and they rescheduled everything.
I mean, they
they changed, they shuffled the schedule. They just paused it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm
so
always
it should
like,
still take.
I'm not saying take out one person. I'm just saying add to them.
Yeah.
Like tell somebody tell somebody to get up 15 minutes later or go out 15 minutes later. Because
let her play by herself in the first group.
Yeah. And be like, oh, can you be there? Normally first tee time is at 8. Can you be there at 7:50?
Yeah. Just
be
be
like,
off
sure.
at 7:50. You play by yourself.
Bring whoever you want. Make it a foursome.
Yeah, just friends. Who cares? Yeah. I'm sure Sophia Popov would play at 6:30 in the morning if she got to play in the ANA.
Yeah.
I would. If somebody let me play in the Masters and they said your tee time's 3:14 a.m. Yep.
I'd have glow balls and a headlamp.
Yeah, I don't even care how bad I play. Am I playing in the Masters? You're darn right I'm in.
I think the other problem is then you'd be playing at like 5:45 p.m. the next day.
I don't care about that either. Am I playing in the Masters?
You're like, fine, I played the back 9 in the light and I played the front 9 in the light. I'm just going to count those 2 18 holes. I'm going home.
I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah. I think that's really it for news. Rory still hasn't had his baby girl yet. He's still claiming that he's going to leave if he gets the phone call. This isn't really Ed Sheeran had his baby.
That's not golf related.
Not golf related. But it's name related. Lyra Antarctica is her name. I don't mind Lyra. I like Lyra, but Antarctica? The Antarctic.
That's a bit like we were naming babies after golf courses.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I was like, we were at the dinner table and I was like, Trump National. This is going to be Robert Trent Jones Jr. Sheeran.
Hi, my name is Ben Raspberry Falls Riddler.
Yeah. Lake of the Woods. My name is just
Somerset Farms.
Yeah. Oh, there's a million of them. The Gauntlets. Those are just like local. If you can,
Ridge.
Yeah, send us your best golf course baby name. And when Gunnar has his next child, we will name them that.
That's right.
All right, we're doing a read. You want to do the read? I'll do the read.
You can do the read.
All right.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Swingdom. I am Ben. Well, you've been here at the Swingdom. This is a new read. I'm making it up as I go along. We decided to hike Hadrian's Wall, which, if you don't know what it is, check out History Through a House. It is the border wall that the Romans built. Yes, I said the Romans, between England and Scotland in the first 4 centuries of this millennia. Facts.
Scotland.
Yeah. Did I say Scotland? Between England and Scotland. Yeah. And it spans coast to coast. So we will be starting at Bowness-on-Solway, and we will be hiking 84 miles that the trail is, plus playing 100 holes of golf. So I'm assuming that'll make it over 100 miles of walking, and end up in Newcastle-on-Tyne at Walls End Golf Course. That's where we're going to finish the day. Not the day. That would be crazy if we did that in the day. We're gonna finish the week. Right now, we are being supported by the Polk Arms, Bubby Tracy Golf Center, Trago Mills, Puma, and we are doing all of this in charity of Rowcroft Hospice, which is a lovely, they do hospice services down here in the Southwest, and the Golf Foundation, which is, if you're in England, you know the Golf Foundation. They help get youngsters into golf and keep them in golf. If you don't know it's a bit like the First Tee. It's the RNA's version of the First Tee. Well, it's the Golf Foundation, which is supported by the RNA, the First Tee. So we're going to be splitting the money 50-50. If you would like to donate, check us out. We are at virginmoneygiving.com. facebook.com/100 miles, 100 holes. Whatever is given to that website, we will be giving directly to the charities themselves. Check us out on the YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel will be getting us. You'll be getting a video diary of the entire thing, and on Instagram, we'll be Instagram living a bunch of it, so Gunner can see what it's like. We had a suggestion from Mug Dad.
Which is?
Mug Dad says you should walk 100 miles on a treadmill in a week.
With my golf bag?
Yeah, and play no, just your Xbox controller. And play 100 holes.
Xbox while I'm on the treadmill.
Yeah. And play 2K21.
I can do that.
And
We
play
have
100
both
holes.
a
Yeah.
treadmill and 2K.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since I think this is the first time this has ever been done. I'm going to come in with the lowest score. 100 holes. I'm going to say that it's probably going to be somewhere around 500.
Yeah.
And I
You
think
should.
Adam is going to come in with the highest score ever. I think that's going to come in around 700.
You know what you should do? You should make a scorecard that combines all the scorecards of the places you're playing.
Yeah.
The book, yeah. And we'll post that up, and we'll keep everybody's score.
What I'll do is I'll just send you the photos, and then you can keep it.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then
Yeah.
I'll score them as stroke play, match play, and Stableford, and we'll see where everybody lands.
Yeah, so if you guys can donate anything, it's more than appreciated. We love doing the podcast. We just thought we'd do something back for golf, and do something for our community here in Devon. Yeah, thank you guys for putting up with this read.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
That's us.
Hey, that's us. We're in this podcast.
We're doing this podcast. That felt weird.
You don't like talking about yourself?
No, I love
We do
talking
it
about myself.
every week.
I think it's the like asking for money thing. I'm not really, but it's not for me. So I feel good being like,
We're not
it's really
asking for
charity.
money.
No.
We're asking for help to give back to your community.
Yeah, and to the thing that we love the most, which is golf. So we want to get. I mean, like we get people involved in golf all the time.
All the time.
Like it's our favorite thing to do is to be like, oh, you've never played golf. What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, that's kind of one of our main talking points when we first met was,
Yeah.
Hey, we both love golf and we encourage everybody else to play.
Yeah,
We should
because at
play
that time
together.
you were getting Simon into golf.
I was getting a ton of
Yeah.
I get a ton of people. I have a workshop where I do all my club building.
Yeah.
It's filled with just stacks of clubs.
I have an unlimited
Any
supply of
clubs?
golf
We
clubs
got
and garbage that I just give to people.
Well, mine's the same. I just get them at thrift stores.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, so it is time.
The final.
It is the final. They're at Eastlake. It's in Atlanta. It is
Not the season final.
this. No, what? Well, no,
It's
this is
supposed to be the season final, but
It's
we
the-
have the Masters and the
Yeah.
US Open.
so. This is the FedEx Cup final.
Yes. For all the marbles.
They're playing at Eastlake.
In
They've
the
been playing-
ATL.
They've been, yeah, in the ATL. How do you know? I haven't done a whole bunch of the search on it. Do you have the scorecard on you?
Look, this is I don't know the yardage they're playing. I would assume,
We always guess it's like 73. I'm gonna guess it's 73.
but get this.
Yeah.
Because I thought this was super interesting. And this is the difference between us playing golf and them playing golf. We'll
Yeah.
say it's 7,200 yards. They're playing it as a par 70.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
I'm so sick of this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go on about it, but they're playing it as a par 70. I've seen the actual scorecard of Eastlake. From the tips, it's 6,800 yards, and it plays a par 72. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. If they played 6,800 yards and par 72, would it just be video game golf?
Yes.
I mean, so I think this is going to be the biggest argument over the next. I'm tired of it being like, oh, does the ball go too far? Like, I think the real argument should be like, do we just accept video game golf, or do we do something to stop them?
Well, that's been the argument since going back to Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I
Since
know, I
Tiger
get
Woods
that.
took over. Do we
Yeah.
Tiger proof it, or do we see if anybody can catch up?
Yeah. So this is the argument I always have is like, you have the guys in the, like when the NBA started, when basketball started, it was like the average height was like 6'5". No, I'm sorry, like the tallest guys were like 6'5". Now the tallest guys are like 7'2", and they don't have to jump anymore. They just
reach.
Yeah. Like, do you make the ball smaller? Do you make the ball and the rim smaller, and then make like do you bump it up to like 12 feet?
I'm all in support for a 12-foot hoop.
Yeah. Make the court a little bit bigger. Maybe add like a 6th and 7th guy on the court.
Yeah. Well, they should extend the court, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
Yeah.
This is a golf show.
So yeah. So no, I'm with you. Like par 70. This is how they protect the course, right? They take out the 2 short par 5s. Because 2 weeks ago, they had a 513-yard par 5, and then they had a 535-yard par 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, whoa, well, there's this dog leg, which makes it feel longer. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, or no, I think there was like a river, or there was like, you couldn't hit driver on it because there was a break in the fairway. So they made it a par 5. And I'm just like, you like play the course.
Just play it as is.
Because if you go to Eastlake, if you're a member at Eastlake, you're not playing with the pros play. The pros aren't playing with you. I think they should just, I've discussed this as well. I think they should just make it so high tech now that you just do it inside and everything changes and the greens change and you just
like those fancy putting mats that they have.
Yeah, that Justin Rose had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you. Like if they're playing video game golf and it's a par 70, 7,300 holes, like you do one of two things. It's video game golf, or you make it as hard as a major like they did last week at the BMW.
Right.
Like we saw the two extremes in the last 2 weeks. Dustin Johnson shooting 30 under and then coming in second at 2 under. 4 under. Sorry. Yeah. Coming in second at 4 under. Like,
yeah.
Bonkers.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
So we should get into some picks.
So how are we doing picks? Because I've been thinking about this.
I think we should just roll with the picks as they are. We make our picks.
Okay.
With placements, we're going to score really high because of the offset.
Okay.
And there's only 30 guys in the field.
Yeah.
So you got to be in the bottom 10 to not get bonus points. And we'll just roll with it and see what happens.
Okay.
Because if we do anything else, then you just win. You do, because you're so far ahead.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And that was the point of them changing the Tour Championship up, right? So if anybody pulled ahead in the FedEx Cup standings,
so because I'm winning, I should get to pick first.
You get the advantage.
Like Dustin Johnson, he gets to start at 10 strokes under.
Yeah, so it goes 10, 8, 6, 5, and then everybody else is at 4.
No, it drops down, yeah.
Let me pull it up. Like 20 people are at 4.
No,
it's weird.
I think it's 10 and 10. I think it's 5, 10, and 10.
It's 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. 6 through 10 is 4 under. 11 through 15 is 3 under. 16th through 20th is 2 under. 21st through 25th is 1 under, and then everybody else is even.
Now, the only reason I want to go first is because I want to pick Dustin Johnson.
Even though in the last podcast you said, since I'm losing, I get to go first.
Yeah, you can go first as long as you don't pick Dustin Johnson.
All right. Well, in fairness, because we're going to to avoid you just being crowned winner, and because I said that that's why they changed up the FedEx Cup, you get to go first because you have the advantage.
Dustin
So
Johnson.
you go ahead and
Dustin
you pick
Johnson.
Dustin Johnson at 10 under.
I don't think it's the smartest pick. I've rolled with him most of the season, it feels like. And I feel like it would be, you've got your horse, you take him to the Kentucky Derby and you bet on somebody else's horse. You don't do that. I think my two other picks are going to be a bit, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with, I want to stick with Dustin Johnson. Like I said, if you weren't going to pick him first.
Well, I for sure was going to pick Dustin Johnson.
Were you going to pick him first?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's
all right.
10 under par.
I'm glad I cheated then.
Yeah, you totally cheated. I like, last week I said roll with the ones who brought you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about this? You pick two now. It'll make me feel better.
You want to snake it?
No, yeah, let's.
And then you pick two, and then I'll pick.
No. You pick two, then I get one, then you get one, then I get one. I want first and last pick.
Fine.
Because I just want Dustin Johnson. You can pick three now if you want.
How about you take Dustin Johnson and I get 6 picks?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I get Dustin Johnson. You get 5 picks, and those are our 6 players.
I get the rest of the top 10. No, so I like Dustin Johnson because I said roll with the ones who brought you there. You did that twice in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. He won. He came in second in the playoff. Unfortunately, his trajectory is clearly going down.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And I don't think that Dustin Johnson can maintain it for a third straight week.
And I understand that. So that worries me. I am more worried about Dustin Johnson than I am hyped on him. But
I think it's the smartest pick. It's the lead by 2 strokes.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Sunday and he was up by 2, you're like, who do you want for Sunday? You're like, yeah, Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
So 2 things. One is, like, Bryson did top 10 for like 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Dustin does not do that. Dustin
doesn't do that.
Dustin does like 1 or 2 weeks, and then he's sort of like, he's on holiday at a golf course. He's on vacation.
Right.
Like, so I'm not, and the other thing is, he's not a redemption player.
No.
So like John Rahm getting the best of him last week isn't fueling any fire. Because normally you'd be like, oh, like that was Tiger or Rory or Justin Thomas or Xander Schauffele or Mark Leishman or Billy Horschel or Tony Finau.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, oh yeah, like there's some fire in this guy. He's gonna get in the zone early and he's gonna stay in the zone. I feel like the zone, it hurts Dustin Johnson.
It really does.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's the smartest pick.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad you brought up John Rahm because he is a guy with the fire.
Yeah.
Who's in second in the FedEx Cup standings.
Yeah.
And has earned himself 8 under par to start this championship.
Yeah.
And I think he's primed and ready after running around the green. He's got it all out of his system. He's going to come back, rest it up, and get himself the FedEx Cup.
So I don't love this pick.
You don't have to love this pick. I don't like you taking Dustin Johnson.
And the only reason I don't love it is because I'm still like, this season is going to be the proof of his maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about a lot. Like last year at the Players, he took like a long iron out of the sand and hit in the water and lost himself the Players. This year, we thought it was going to be a similar situation. Did he win a major? He didn't win a major this year. He won. It wasn't the John Deere. It wasn't the. he won a tournament this season with the 54-hole lead. And I was worried about him, but he managed to pull that through. If he manages to pull through again at Eastlake, I wouldn't be surprised. But at that point, I would say, look out, because he's going to win a major. Like, the maturity is there, the game is there, everything is there. I think he needs another 5% of maturity.
He's won twice this year.
Yeah.
He's won the Memorial
Thank you.
And then just the BMW.
Yeah. But he may have partied all this week instead of being like, I've got to get ready for the biggest tournament that there is. For the biggest check in golf. Not the biggest tournament, the biggest check in golf.
Well, what I'll push back with is he definitely is on an upward tick. And you remember last week, he was the best player in the field for 3 days.
Yeah.
The absolute, nonstop.
He's second for a reason. Dustin Johnson has 2 wins. Jon Rahm has 2 wins. Everybody else is hoping that they take each other down and somebody else prevails.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Absolutely.
All right.
Are you going next?
No, I'm giving you the next pick.
All right. You're giving me the next pick. So I'm going to back this up. And, I really need the points. And so I'm going to take all the advantages I can get at this point.
Yep.
So 4 strokes back from, is it 4? It's 3 strokes back from the leader, Dustin Johnson. I'm going to go with Justin Thomas.
That's fine. I feel like we're just doing this in order.
I think so too.
Okay.
The only reason I really liked Justin Thomas is, his trend has been up, and I think he had a hiccup for the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I think he's coming back. He lost the FedEx. He was in the FedEx Cup league.
I just think it's hard to it's like, for me, it's yes, upward trending this year, downwards trending in terms of playoff potential.
Right. And I agree with that, but I also don't think 3 strokes back is a detriment to Justin Thomas.
No, I agree with you. I don't think so either. I'm sort of stuck between 2 guys. That sounded worse than it is. Wow. Okay. So I want to pick Webb Simpson just because he's next in line.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to. I know he took last week off, which I thought was a mistake, but I understand why. He only lost 1. She moved from basically 3rd to 4th. Not my favorite move to go, the playoffs are here. Like, let's no, you take off a week during the regular season. You take off 2 weeks in the regular season, so you don't have to take off 1 week in the playoffs. You need every advantage you get. And that's why I want to pick Webb Simpson because he's playing like the best golf of his life right now.
But you're not down with the decisions he's making?
I'm not down. I don't think it's good. I think he's going to spend a round or 2 being rusty. And that worries me. But he's already in the top 5. And I need somebody in the top 10, in the top 20. I think I'm going to go with somebody who's only 2 strokes behind him because he's been doing well for me.
He's on my list.
Yeah, but your list is 30 players long.
No. I made sure to include him.
Because you wanted to say his name?
Because I knew you were going to do this. I knew I was going to put your initials next to his name. Because I wasn't going to pick him.
So who is it?
Dan the Van Burger Man?
Dan the Burger Van Man Burger. I could just
I
see him
knew
having
it.
like a bunch of food trucks, like outside of golf tournaments when he retires from the tour.
I absolutely knew you were
Just
gonna do this.
like, handing out signed golf balls with burgers.
Right. I absolutely knew it. I see where you're coming from with this pick.
He's trending so hot.
He is absolutely trending. My problem is I don't think he has what it takes when the light's the brightest. And I know I said this last week,
Yeah.
but it's even brighter now. And we did see him slip last week.
So my
And I think
mindset
he's going
isn't
to
like
continue to do
yeah.
that.
My mindset isn't for the win. My mindset is like, who's gonna come in third?
Right.
And my mindset for third place is like, you're right, like somebody who's not gonna shine the brightest, but somebody who still wants to say, I deserve to play at Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
Get me in there.
I'm with you. I see your point.
Yeah.
I just disagree with it completely.
Okay.
For the same reason you
that's
disagree
fine.
with John Rahm.
Yeah.
It's the same reason.
Yeah.
And the same reason you don't like Justin Thomas. I would have hoped his
I feel like we should have only made two
trajectory-
picks. We should have only made two picks this week.
No.
No,
You
like
need the points, man.
I get Dustin Johnson, you get John Rahm. That's it. See you later.
That's the list.
Times 100. Whoever wins out.
It's 50,000 bonus points.
Yeah.
All right. Next. I also continue to disagree with your assessment of some players.
Okay.
And I think that because this wasn't injury related, that it was a family matter he attended to. I'm not against taking a week off.
What was I missed the family matter. What was the family matter?
Nobody knows the family matter.
Oh, okay.
He took off for family reasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he missed his family.
Because he missed them.
Yeah.
Because he was playing so good, he missed them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Webb Simpson. I think the rest, and you're right, it's a rest versus rust. I think I'm on the side of rest. I'm going Webb Simpson, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Webb Simpson. Dance with the ones who brought you there. Webb Simpson and Justin Thomas have both got me a win this season.
Yeah.
That's my list.
Now we're at the next biggest issue.
Mm-hmm.
My last picks.
Yes.
I've got 5 guys I want to pick. Now that I've got free reign. I don't think I've had free reign in a while. I mean, well, other than on this show all the time. I want to pick Colin Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, Rory McIlroy, Xander Schauffele, and Abraham Answer.
No.
Okay. Abraham Answer played so well last week. Like
He really did.
But at -1, 9 strokes back, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. Xander Schauffele and Rory McIlroy, 7 shots back.
Are you going to touch Rory McIlroy? Are you even going to go that route in case he has to withdraw?
No.
I should have let you. I know you really thought about it. I should.
Xander Schauffele, who came so close last year and couldn't pull it off. Bryson, he's trending down, so I'm staying away from Bryson. But he did have me an actual win this year, so thank you, Bryson, for that. And Colin Morikawa, who first time major winner this year, crushing it with the irons.
Following along with you on the phone. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry. I'm like, wow, the top your hat is great. That's great.
Sorry. I'm following along with you.
Yeah, that's good. So logic says not Colin Morikawa, and I'm really between Rory and Xander Schauffele.
You can go with Rory all you want. I just don't think it's smart.
I don't think it's smart either. I just don't want to I don't want to pick the top 6 guys because that's not who we are as a golf podcast.
Right. That's who I am this week.
That's who you are this week. You picked 2, 3, and 4, and I've picked 1, 6, and I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, rock, paper. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 2.
Two.
All right, it's Rory McIlroy.
I knew it was.
I'm picking Rory McIlroy.
All right.
I was gonna pick
Go
Mark
ahead.
Leishman, but
You know, this baby could come tonight and he'll just show up.
Yeah. He's probably like, "Can you hold that baby in? Because I want to win my 3rd FedEx Cup."
He's just gonna tote the baby around in his bag.
Amazing. I mean, the other side of it is like if it's just for the birth, he may be like it may be overnight. It may be like, oh, like we're having the baby. It's a C-section. I'm off the course at 8:30. I need to be back on at this time. Have the baby ready for me at 9:45.
I like that.
Isn't that what people do that these days, don't they?
They do.
Yeah. Like I will fly down
Right.
to Orlando. We will have the baby, and then I will fly back to Atlanta. Thank you, NetJets. We appreciate it.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do you have any? What's the low score?
You know, I don't think we should do the low scores because everything's already pre-scored.
Okay.
But I think I want to say 6 under.
Can I do a prop bet?
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's gonna go? You think it's gonna be 6 under? You think Dustin's gonna lose 4 strokes?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna.
No. For the week? No, I don't want to do that. I thought you meant for the day. For a day.
Oh,
6
okay.
under. But I really don't care about that this week.
Okay.
I have a prop bet.
What's your prop bet?
2 people shoot 80 or higher.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my prop bet is gonna be someone out of the top. What is it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Somebody out of the top 10 wins. So somebody from -3 or higher, technically,
All right.
wins. So Joaquin Neiman, Tony Finau, Abraham Answer, Cameron Smith, Billy Horschel. Somebody, I was going to do the top 5, but I feel like that's not as proppy as top 10.
I dig it.
Yeah. See what happens.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Ready for the next read?
Well, I, in 4 minutes, have to sign on to a class.
All right. Ready? Short read.
Quick.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Oh, you didn't hear that? Go get a hearing aid. Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey. +1 732-888-9000. Use the code word golf. +1 732-888-9000. Thank you, Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
What are you doing this week in golf, Gunnar?
Not a thing.
All right. I'm gonna play some golf. I'm not sure when, but I'm gonna play some golf. And tomorrow we're doing more videos on the SkyTrack. We're getting mug dads, clubs gapped, and doing a wedge matrix and checking out the SkyTrack totally and fully. That's gonna be on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Instagram, rate and review this podcast, subscribe to it. Send us an email, theswingdomofgolf.com. Go to theswingdompodcast.com. That's our website. There's contact. If you feel like contacting us through there, you can do that. And please, please, please check out 100 Miles, 100 Holes, Hadrian's Wall. Thank you so much, Gunnar, for doing this podcast with me tonight.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for being thank you for being this part of the Swingdom.
Can we high five?
Oh, I got to do it this way.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go. All right.
I can't wait to watch YouTube. So I
Have
can see that
fun
piece.
at work. I was waiting for a fly to hit the camera again. Have fun at work. I'll
Cool.
see you later.
All right. Swing them out.
Winged them
You've been
out.
listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just two guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.